So starting out here in the kitchen, this is probably my favorite space in the whole house. I just love how this turned out. I have my shelf with the pegs on it with a little basket and some aprons. And I love having this shelf to display all of my pictures and creamers. I just think they're so pretty up there. And then I have this wreath that I made using baby's breath from Walmart and a wreath that I thrifted. And I did a whole video on that if you're interested. And then on my hutch, things look a little bit different from the last time that y'all saw my hutch. I did a spring hutch decorate with me, but the flowers that I did have on here died, so I had to refresh those with some new ones. And I decided to get these daisies from Walmart, and I really love how they look. I love daisies, and it was only $5 for a huge pack of these, so I got those, and I have them in several different spaces throughout the house. I got 2 bunches of them. Like I said, they were $5 each, and I just put them all throughout the house. So I love how that looks. I also have some up here in this little jadeite mug. And then in this basket here, I decided to put a bunch of my favorite plates because I kind of wanted to display them on my hutch, but I didn't just want to stack them up. I wanted to make it so that you could see all of them, so I just laid them in here. And then on up to the very top, I have some more daisies and a little creamer. I just wanted to put those everywhere. I think they're so pretty for spring. And then I have a picnic basket with one of my enamel coffee pots and some plates stacked with a blue and white mug. And then I also have my oil lamps. I always keep those up there. So that is how the hutch looks. Like I said, it changed up a little bit from last time, but I really love how it looks. And then I forgot to mention, I also added some jars back here to kind of fill in that space, some that I've thrifted over the past couple weeks, and I love how it turned out. Okay, now on to over here in the kitchen. I'm going to share with you what I have on all my counters. I shared this in a previous video that I got at a little greenhouse here locally, and this is called English Thyme, and I love it. I think it's so beautiful and the perfect herb to have in the kitchen. And then I have it stacked here on some ironstone plates, and I got this little planter at a local store called Rural King. So I planted this in that. I've had that for a couple years. And then here I decided to hang up this wooden shelf. If you watch my thrift with me's and thrift hauls, then you probably remember that I shared this recently. And I love this so much more than what I had here previously. If you remember, I had the white peg rail, and I just feel like that this fits my style so much better, and I just love how it looks here so much more. I think it is so country and just adds a lot more character to this space than the plain white peg rail did. And I love that it still has the pegs so I can still hang little treasures. So I have these Homer Laughlin little teacups hanging here, and then I have these wooden measuring spoons. I have those linked in my Amazon shop that you can find in the description box. And then up here on the top of this shelf, I have some little candle holders that I thrifted recently. And then if y'all remember that little mini platter that I got for 25 cents at a yard sale. It fit perfect up here and I think it's just adorable. I love that little mini platter. And then I have my jade cup and saucer over here on this side. So I really love how this turned out. Again, I just love how that shelf looks here in the kitchen. Now over here on the other side of my sink, I still have my crock with all of my old utensils and rolling pins, and then I have this old chalkboard here that still says Hello Spring, and I left out all of my bunnies. I only have about 2 or 3, but I decided to leave them up because I still think that bunnies are very springy. And then I have this little creamer right here, and I shared this in a recent yard sale haul that I got, and I just love this creamer so much, so I decided to put it here. I love the pop of blue, and I decided to fill it with some of those daisies. I just cut some off and stuck them in there, again from Walmart. And I love that. I just love tiny mini things. I think they're adorable, and I love finding little spots to just stick pretty things like this. So that's how this area looks. And then I just have my cutting boards and my flour and sugar. And that's how this corner looks. And then again, we have more daisies on my stove. I put these all throughout the house. Those 2 bundles went so far, so I was able to just stick these in every little container that I had. And I just love how they look. And then the bakery sign I got off of Etsy a while back. And then over here in the last little corner of the kitchen, this is probably another one of my favorite spaces. I love this. Again, I still have one of my little bunnies left out. And then I just have these green books here with a teapot. I also decided to put a little plant back here. I think it's really pretty, and I liked the pop of like that blue color that it added. And then I have some cutting boards and a platter that I recently thrifted with some pretty roses on it back there. And then I just have my coffee and tea canisters, and I layered these on some pretty floral plates to add some more spring. So I just feel like it's very springy and cheery over here in this corner. I love it. And then up here on the fridge, I just have a couple little floral prints that I thought also kind of went with the area. And then on the wall beside my fridge, I have some ironstone platters hung, and then I have a picnic basket, and I just draped a big like doily out of there, and then I have a bunch of other ones stacked on top of it, just all my extra ones that I'm not using, just to add some kind of, you know, texture and all of that up there. So that is how the kitchen looks. Our eating area I think turned out really sweet. Again, I have more of these daisies. And then I laid down this big tablecloth, and I didn't really want it to cover the whole table because I still wanted some of the pretty wood table to show. So I decided to kind of scrunch it up and use it as a runner. And I love how that looks on here. I think it adds the perfect amount of texture and detail here. And then I have this pretty little teapot that I got at a yard sale. And I have these McCoy mugs here, just for a little pop of blue and pink. And then I have these pretty floral plates, some wicker plates, and then just some regular Pioneer Woman plates. And again, just decorative, just to make it pretty for spring. above the table, y'all have seen this space recently and it looks pretty much the same, except I did add some more daisies up there to that picture on the top because I just had so many left over. And then on the other wall, I have some more ironstone plates hung. I love my plates and platters, as you can tell, but that's how our little eating area looks. For my coffee table, I have this fern that I planted in this crock, and I set that inside of this basket that I got recently at a antique mall. And then I have a little doily draping out of it, along with some of my favorite little garden books. And then over here on this end table, I just stacked some of my favorite books. And then I have my new little teacup and a saucer here that I layered. And I put some more of those daisies in here because I thought that would add the perfect little touch over here on this table. Okay friends, thank y'all so much for joining me on my spring home tour. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing how I decorated my home for spring. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have y'all a part of my channel, and also give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for lots more fun videos to come, and thank you again for watching my spring home tour. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye friends.